Our next presenter is Ms. Catherine Vertesi, is a Vice President at Capilano University, a long-time stalwart supporter of international education, and in fact herself a very recent recipient of some 3 weeks ago of the YWCA Women of Distinction Award for her contributions to international education. She's a dear friend and a stalwart colleague, and the biggest booster and most articulate supporter of international education we can have. And I'm delighted to have Catherine make this next award. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah.
Well, today I'm going to make an award to someone who couldn't come. It's the Lifetime Achievement Award, and it's for my dear friend and colleague, Bob Bagshaw. Bob was called to the hospital last Monday for open heart surgery on Thursday. So we're going to video this, and we're going to put it on YouTube. So not only Bob, but the myriads of alumni around the world will get to see that we are honoring him for his contribution to international education. So, Bob, this is for you. In the mid-1980s, I want you to remember how China was not a world player. China was just beginning to come to the world stage, and there was also the Four Tigers, remember that? The emergence of these economies in Southeast Asia that really began to change the face of the economic well-being of the world. You know, Bob Bagshaw was an instructor at Capilano, then college, and he came up with an idea to develop a program where there was intensive area studies and then an opportunity for a Canadian student to go abroad and have a one-year internship in some particular country that they had studied, especially in Asia. He approached the Capilano faculty and staff who supported this, and he then went to the University of British Columbia and made a proposal that they should have a joint master's degree. I was in that meeting, and the dean at the time didn't think that China was, we were really quite ready to do that much with China. But he didn't get discouraged. He then took a group of faculty from CAP and went to CETA. And they made a proposal to CETA for this kind of program, and what emerged was the longest standing educational program funded by CETA in Canada's history. The program was called the Asia Pacific Management Cooperative Program, APMCP. Easy for me to say now. It featured a very intensive year of language acquisition, culture, and international business studies. They did Mandarin, Chinese, Japanese, Bahasa, Indonesian, Korean, and Thai languages. They were all available for the students to study. And then Bob personally took his suitcase and went to Asia and found placements for those students. They're called associates. Over the years, Bob traveled countless times to Asia, going company to company to convince employers that they should take on an APMCP associate from this little-known institution called Capilano College. He was tireless in his pursuit of opportunities abroad in the country of their choice, and to find placements for students that had real meaning and challenge to build the experience they needed for their long-term career. Bob always said, and in quotes, "I'm building a cadre of young Canadians to really take advantage of BC's unique geographical positioning in its proximity to Asia." I want to remind you that this was 1985, 1986, 1987. No one was thinking this way. Over a 20-year period, APMCP produced graduates who now populate the embassies and multinational offices all across Asia and Latin America. Bob Bagshaw is seen as the man who tirelessly set up networks and recruited students and employers who could work together for the advancement of Canada's interests in Asia. The program evolved and expanded over the years, and it won national awards for excellence from CBIE, from ACCC, and from the Canadian Manufacturers Association. The APMCP program and its later iteration called McRae, because someone met Bob and he convinced them to give them $1 million to make the program continue, and so the program was renamed McRae. But it really raised the profile of the whole institution as a destination for international studies and business studies. He's really well known in the Vancouver business community because if you gave him an opportunity, he'd start speaking about the need to develop young Canadians who could work internationally. And he was always seeking support for his students. I want to thank Catherine Price and Mark Herringer. Now, many of you in this room know both of them. They both came through the APMCP program and have made a career in international education. But Bob remains in touch with a very large number of alumni. So besides Mark and Catherine, who helped me do this nomination, we got letters of support from all over the world. And I'm telling you, reading them was really a heartwarming experience. They all knew that Bob was doing something incredibly unusual, and he put his own time and his own effort into making things successful for them and working in their best interest. Bob richly deserves this recognition from BCCIE, and especially because there he is in his hospital bed, I would like you to stand and recognize this true pioneer in international education, Robert Bob Bagshaw. Hope that Bob is well enough to come and say hello to you at next year's summer seminar. I know that his surgery went well and he's looking forward to many more healthy years. Thank you so much.